Hi friends, my name is Dawn and I am so happy to be here with you today. This is my friend Splat and he is going to help me today with some math fun. He and I are so excited to do some fun math with you. Are you ready? Before we get started, let's take some time and get some supplies. You might want to get something to write with, some paper or whiteboard, and a stuffed animal or trusted adult to talk to. I'll wait right here while you get what you need. Welcome back. Let's get started. Today we are going to solve a problem about one of my favorite foods, apples. I love to eat them. I have another friend named Moesha who also loves apples. She loves them so much that she collects them on her table. Here is a picture of Moesha's apples. Talk to a friend about what you notice about the apples. Splat notices that there are red and green apples. Today we're going to read a mathematical story about Moesha and some apples that she has collected on her table. Before we get started, let's exercise our brain and get it ready to do some math work so we can be fit mathematicians. Will you join me? Let's get on our feet and let's do 2 arm circles. 1, 2. Nice job. Now, let's do 3 more arm circles. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So we started with 2 arm circles, and then we did 3 more. So how many did we do all together? Right, 5, because 2 arm circles plus 3 arm circles equals 5. Now, let's stay on our feet and do 4 hops. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. Now let's do 3 more hops. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So we started with 4 hops, and then we did 3 more hops. So we did 7 hops altogether, because 3 plus 4 equals 7. Wow, I feel energized and ready to focus on helping Moesha figure out how many apples she has. Your job today is to figure out how many apples Moesha has on her table. So let's read a little bit to find out about Moesha and her apples. Moesha has some red apples and some green apples on the table. What are you picturing in your mind? I'm picturing Moesha with red apples and green apples on her table. How many red apples do you think Moesha has? Right, she could have 12 or 7 or even 20 red apples. Now tell someone or your stuffed animal, how many green apples could Moesha have? Moesha could have 5, 3, or even 99 green apples. Let's read a little more about Moesha. Moesha has 14 red apples and some green apples on the table. What do we know now that we didn't know before? That's right. We now know that Moesha has 14 red apples. Let's keep reading. Moesha has 14 red apples and 6 green apples on the table. What do we know? What do we find out now that we didn't know before? You are so right. We now know that Moesha has 6 green apples. What question could we ask about this math story? Let's think of a question about Moesha and her apples and share your question with a trusted adult or friend, and then whisper it to Mr. Splat and me. Okay, I'm listening. Let me listen in for the whispers. Oh, I hear a whisper that says we could ask how many more red apples than green apples does Moesha have? That's a great question. Splat says that we can ask how many apples does Moesha have on the table? Let's read a little more about Moesha. Moesha has 14 red apples and 6 green apples on the table. How many apples does she have on the table in all? What is the question in this story? Yes, you are right. The question is asking the total amount of green and red apples Moesha has on the table. Do you think you have all the information you need to answer that question? You're right. You do have all the information you need. I want you to think about how you could solve this problem. Tell a trusted adult or friend how you would solve this problem. Splat always helps me solve math stories. Splat just told me a way that I can solve this problem. Splat says we can use a tool called a 10 frame. Let's try it out. We can use two 10 frames to find how many apples Moesha has on her table. We are going to use the red counter for the red apples and the green counter for the green apples. Moesha had 14 red apples. I'm going to put 14 counters on the 10 frames. I know that when I fill one up, I have used 10 counters. Watch as I count the 14 red counters onto the 10 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have filled up one 10 frame. Help me count the rest of the counters as I put them on the other 10 frame. Ready? This is 11, 12, 13, 14. All 14 apples are represented in the 10 frames. Now, let's put 6 green apples using the green counters on the 10 frame. I'm going to start putting the green counters on the same row I left off with the red counters. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We put 14 red counters and 6 green counters on the 10 frames. Tell a friend what you notice. Awesome! I noticed the same. Both 10 frames are filled up. That means that Moesha has 20 apples altogether. When both 10 frames are filled up, it means I have 2 groups of 10, which has the same value as 20. We figured out that Moesha has 20 apples. Awesome, friends! Let's take a brain break and exercise our numbers, counting down from 10 for inspiration. Are you ready to move your body to each number? Let's go! Let's do 10 twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 9 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good job. Let's do 8 arm circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, let's do 7 knee bends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good job. Let's do 6 arm stretches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 5 knee raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, let's do 4 side bends. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 3 toe raises. 1, 2, 3. 2 head nods. 1, 2. And finally, 1 big jump. 1. That was fun exercising our math minds by counting down from 10. Now that we've moved some, we can think of another way to solve this problem. Remember that our problem is that Moesha has 14 red apples and 6 green apples. How many does she have altogether? Take some time to solve this another way and then show Splat and me. I see some great strategies to solve this problem. Another way Splat says would be to draw a picture. Yes, let's draw a picture. Let's draw a picture of 14 red apples. Now let's add Moesha's 6 green apples. Next, count up all of her apples. Yes, we have 20. An equation we could write to match the story would be 14 plus 6 equals 20. That is some great thinking about math and different strategies for solving addition problems. Friends, you did such a great job of solving the mathematical story of how many apples Moesha has all together. We used 10 frames and pictures to solve that Moesha has 20 apples altogether. Splat and I would love to hear you say what you learned today. I have these 2 sentence starters to help us talk about what we learned. They say, "Today I learned," and "I can." So I might say, "Today I learned how to solve addition problems." I can solve addition problems using 10 frames and by drawing pictures. Now it's your turn. Today I learned. Okay, our next sentence, "I can." I heard some great answers. Great job talking about your math learning. You worked so hard today. Friends, Splat and I have to go now. You did a great job using addition strategies to solve story problems. Splat and I hope you enjoyed today, and we hope to see you soon.